gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks, and of course, my co-host, Mr. Patterson,
Yeah.
Mr. Jesse. What's happening, gent?
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's your boy Jay Patterson. We coming to you live on this beautiful Monday morning from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's the Morning Shake powered by the Inside Show, and it's one of the best podcasts in the world. Even though we weren't on last week, but we're back and better than ever. What's good, bro?
Nah, no complaints, bro. Life is good. What can we say? Even when it's not good, it's good. We are doing the most that we can out here.
Bro, I think you
we
just have to, yeah, bro. You just go with the punches.
We are trying. We are pushing. We are doing the things that needs to be done. Life is lifing. And we keep
Life is
pushing,
life.
we
You have to
going,
keep
eh?
moving, bro. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got a dope guest on. Look, we haven't had a guest in a while. There's been a bunch of episodes. Firstly, guys, sorry for last week, man. We did actually go live to explain what week. Went live straight from the phone to explain the whole setup and why we couldn't go live because the whole, I don't know if it was cable theft or what the heck was going on.
Yeah.
And so that happened, and that was a problem. But what's wrong, Jay?
Nah, nothing.
Nah, nothing, bro.
So why are you
Life
doing
is
stuff?
good.
So we couldn't go last week, but we're here, we're better than ever, and of course, we decided to get our guest today, Jay.
You can go for it, bro.
Nah, take us in, bro.
All right, so we have a dope guest, like you mentioned, broski. Dope guest Monday morning. The vibes are here. I don't know what's happening there, bro, but it's all good.
It's not always that you find guys at your age. I'll say your age. I don't want to expose mine, but yeah, I like this vibe because this is what I want to do. Because every time I'm on a setup like this, because of the title, I'm always with grown-ups. You understand? So yeah, thank you guys for inviting me. And yeah, let's talk. Let's
Yeah,
we're
bro.
pleased.
Speaking about age, I'm also kind of in a different category now, where it's like
It was
I
Jay's
like,
birthday last
I like
week.
you, guys.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
Because we couldn't have the show. And
Okay.
Jay just entered he entered into a different stage.
Yeah, different echelon, not
Serious?
stage.
Okay.
A different echelon.
Echelon.
Is
Come
it?
on.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
Are you in that? You were there already, no?
Nice.
Nah, bro. I'm there next year only.
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it comes to all of us, bro.
Into the next.
You think you
into
still-
the next decade.
You think you're still crawling, bro? Next thing, boom.
You there?
Next
I'm
thing, you
almost there.
40.
Yo.
Yeah, you almost there.
Someone is almost
You
40.
almost there.
Yeah, bro. I'm close to 40.
Almost, yeah.
As jy klaar 40?
Ja, ek is klaar. Ek maak.
Eish, nah, bro.
You're almost 50.
Enjoy.
No.
You must know if you're 40, you're close to 50.
I'm 41.
But because you're close to 50, you're going to be 60 soon.
Stop saying that.
But because you're close to
I can see.
60,
You're close to death.
You know,
You're close to death is heaven. You basically in heaven, bro.
I stayed it up in the name of Jesus. Now what happens is I couldn't wait to get to 40. Like I was like finally. But when I got to 40, it's like now
You're like,
41 came too quick. Now 42 is looking at me and like he's here, bro. You can't go back.
And the problem with that is you begin to ask yourself the question that did I do what I was supposed to do? Have I achieved the things I wanted to achieve?
Yeah.
Now you look at your life and you
Yeah.
think, I should have been further. I should have
Yes.
done more.
Yes.
I could have been
It's
better.
It's like you were at the surprise party when I turned 42 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, I mentioned all those things
Serious?
in tears.
So but what do you feel? Do you
yeah.
feel like you could have been further?
I could have been like I made an intentional decision about 11 years ago into going to doing what I'm doing for you guys that they've seen what I'm doing so far, whereby whatever job or 9 to 5 I had in the past 10 years was not to build a career outside of what I want to do. It was more to fund what I actually want to do in terms of media, in terms of movies and podcasts and interviewing people and all that, and going out to schools and minister to young people. The main thing was, because I made an intentional decision, the thing was, at some point when I turned 40, I looked at my life, I was like, I wish I could have had this at this point, in terms of where my children are going and all that. And it's, to be honest with you, I felt like I wouldn't want to advise my child to make the same decision. But it was just based on where I was emotionally and looking at what I could have achieved if I focused on my career and money and saying I want to grow my money on this level and all that. But the thing is, I was always frustrated wherever I was working. And I used to be in sales. So I would drive around and compose a song rather than, or maybe write script while I'm busy, and I get to a shop and I speak 5 minutes with the person or my client, and if they say no, they don't need stock, and then I leave. I don't pursue and push.
Because your mind wasn't really there.
That's it.
But the nice thing is you're never too old
Yeah,
to achieve your
no,
dreams.
exactly.
Now you never to take us into
never,
that.
Yeah, bro. I didn't even know that you were 41 turning 42, bro.
Serious?
I literally thought we were homies on that level, bro.
Now you
Like,
still have that
honestly,
vibe.
bro.
You still look-
Now you still
yeah,
have that vibe,
yeah,
which
you
is good.
still-
Don't change the broski. I like it.
Yeah,
Don't change
and
it.
I'm like, yo, broski,
Yes,
yo,
I like it.
Now it's a
And
positive
then-
thing because you
Yes.
still have that energy
Yeah.
of late 20s, early 30s.
Yes,
So
facts,
which is a
definitely.
good which is a
And
good
then I'm
energy.
talking to your pastor, broski. Yo, broski, you nice. Don't forget tomorrow morning, broski.
Yeah.
Find out to the pastor. Find out to the pastor in the morning. God bless you, sir. I trust that you had a blessed weekend. The grace of the favor of God. It's like, what's happening now? I
Or
just-
a picture with a cup of coffee with good morning pasta and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm fine. you
with
know.
a cross.
Yeah,
That's the Oma send around.
yes, there's something I also want to mention when it comes to that, where people kind of want to change after hearing who I actually am or what what title I have and all that. You see this tuckies in the communities.
Yes.
They recently started those in Tukomsrus, and there was this boy, young man, who took my child to school every day, so
one
he
of
could
those?
come with a tuck. Yeah, so they had a few children in our area. And Komala, I think they released how many are there? About 10 or 5 what release. So what happened was this young man came and he was, my bro, masakan, are you ready? Is your son okay? And 6:30 to 7, and then he'll be right, and I'll go out and so masakan, thank you so much and all that. And he heard I'm a pastor and he changed the relationship. And I didn't want him to find out.
So he
You
came there,
understand?
so he said, God
Yes.
bless you, good morning,
Yo,
pastor.
Even the WhatsApp, pastor is a boy. I was like, no, Rudy, no, you can go, let's go back to massacre. And I'm not trying to be young or trying to be, trying to try something that I'm not. Like that's actually
You
who
want
I
people
am.
to be authentic.
Yes, that's actually who I am. I'm not trying to be young because I'm working with young people. It's basically what I'm intentionally doing because I realize that the moment you go to another level like that, some people don't really want to open up as much as they were going to open up when it was about Massacant and Brewski and all that, you understand? And I know it's not always going to be hidden like the title. It's going to come out somehow, but I want you to experience me first.
Nah, definitely.
And then when it comes out, then at least you know.
So you don't look at me with that point of view.
No, I think there's not definitely, broski. I just think that there's a time and a place for everything, bro. There's a massacant phase, there's a broski, but when there's a boardroom phase, we respect
Exactly,
on
I get
that
you. I
on that
totally get
level.
you. Yes.
But yeah, bro, I think let us start at the beginning. Let us start at the beginning.
Yes.
So profound, bro.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. Let us start at the beginning. Take us through your early life, bro. Where you from? Before we obviously hop into the movie, bro. Where you from? How was your upbringing like?
Yes.
Maybe which school did you go to? What brought you to where you are now?
Sure. Kroonstad, Brempark. I don't know if you guys know. You guys
Where's
don't
Kroonstad
normally
from
pass it when you go to Bloemfontein, Cape Town. It's on the N1, and I know you've stopped at the Ultra City where our buses stop when we go to Kroonstad through bus and stuff like that. But yeah,
How many km is it from here, bro?
200. From here now, it's about maybe 180 or so from the south. From where we are in the west, yeah, it's normally about 2 hours. So yeah, it's Kroonstad. The community I'm coming from is Brempark. Colored community, and that's where I spent most of my life until I got married. So there's nothing special about where I went in between and all that. The only reason why I wanted to move, because even my wife came from Bloemfontein and we met there and we got married there, and I was like, I also want to come from somewhere. Let me go somewhere so I can say I'm coming from somewhere. Because I'm here, I went to primary school, high school and all that, but I didn't have a pleasant upbringing, you understand, and that was always a struggle. My mom, single mom with 5 sons, 5 boys, and Elkin, everyone has his own father. So every time I mentioned it yesterday because I was ministering at our church on Mother's Day, and I said, I thought about the struggles that my mother had to go through. The moment she thinks this is the one, and then the next one comes, and this one is born, and then he leaves, and stuff like that. So that's what we went through. Just to make a long story short, what always kept me, because I always knew, I started writing songs at the age of 8, 9. Started writing songs, but then I would take sentences from your Boys to Men, R. Kelly, lines, and make one thing and all. And I started writing, I started composing stuff, and I would use my fingers to make beat, like. and I will sing a song and stuff like that. And then because of how we grew up and the lack of resources, and like TV was a luxury, or bread was a luxury for a long time in my life. I would go to school not even knowing, and I know somebody else was here to say mention stuff like this and all that. But then this is what drove me. What I always felt like is going to help me one day was because I always had this. Is it art? Yeah, just creating something. I always knew that. I told myself, one day I'm gonna live off this. I don't know how, but I'm gonna live off this. I don't know. And I remember the place where we used to stay, because we never had our own house. Like the old lady who used to look after us when my mom would go to work and all that. We stayed with her, and then she started working for a company, a construction company, and they built all the schools, most of the schools in Gauteng. So they would travel for 2-3 months that I wouldn't see her. And then we would stay there. So I remember always going behind the house and sitting there, and I would cry. Like, I don't have what I would like to have. My friends eat, they have cheese and all these things. And it was like, if I could have that one day, but one day, my songwriting is going to help. I didn't even know about movies and stuff. I didn't even think of that far, because there was no TV to now. See myself there and all that. But it was just something about my music and all that. And that's what happened. So growing up there, my wife met me there, and we started. So now I got saved at the age of, I think was it 22, 23, and I got married at 26. So I met my wife in that time. I hope I didn't skip something. We'll come back if there's something.
But were you working already that time?
Yeah, I started working from the age of like grade 10, grade 11, for this shop at a taxi rank, where I used to go to for weekends, like from Friday to Sunday, and then school holidays I would work to make extra money at least. So my life changed a little bit, towards grade 11, grade 12, and grade 12 my brother moved from Bloemfontein, and he went back to Kroonstad, and things changed because he now had a nice job. And if you see, I'm going to write a book one day. If you see Brown All Stars on the cover of my book, you'll understand the story behind it, because he bought me my first All Star. Is it tekkies or there's not sneakers, ne? It's tekkies. I mean, sneakers is must be.
Yeah.
So I will say sneakers.
Yeah. No.
But,
All Stars, I
are
think, is
tekkies.
techies. Yeah.
Yes, All Stars are tekkies.
That's not in that's not kicks.
Yeah, it's
not
not
kicks.
kicks. That's
Kicks,
how I
bro.
know. Yes.
Those are
So when you see that's what happened. So it changed. My life changed. The songs that I wrote.
Was it brown or was it white when he bought it for you?
Brown.
Oh,
I'm thinking it was a brown pair.
It was
It's
white
not
when I
every
got
day.
it. But yo, the hustle made it brown. I had to walk, brah, through the bushes.
By then my brother came with a company car, so it was easier.
Lekker.
So things changed. My life changed like this.
You could
And
afford some
you could
cheese on the bread.
Yeah, see me, bro. I was even
And bologna.
like, I was even like, it's too much now. I don't want it anymore. I want to go back to the basics.
Well, Biki Ilvia.
So it happens like that, and that's where my life changed for the best and all that. And I I signed up for the first time in grade 11 for the school talent show. And I had a freestyle rap thing. You remember? And we took, remember those EPs that came out in the past where there's an original song, the instrumental of the song, a remix of the song.
Yeah.
So there was always those kwaito and so on. And remember Ungawa Kum from Tebe?
Yeah, I remember that song. Yeah.
I took that instrumental, and that put me on a map. And I introduced myself.
But
in
you
grade
do it at school?
11. At school.
In assembly.
No, at the talent show.
At the talent show.
Talent
Ish, and you know,
packed. Like
skirting,
the
they were
whole
at
school is
talent
there.
show.
And like this boy is coming, because I was always, afraid to reach out to people, because I never had proper school uniform. I didn't smell okay. I didn't have all that, you understand? So I was always away. But then I had a houding. Like everything changed, Papa. And then I started, yes. And you know what the chorus was? My name is Brian. You can call me Papa Join. Papa Join was my stage name. I tried to read, and I don't want to say those words, but it's not okay. It's just a corny, it's just when you start. So long story short, guys, to answer your question, things changed for me after that, and then I started seeing things differently. And
People at school also respected you on a different level now,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Walking through the corridors, you
Yes.
They were like,
the guy.
What does he?
I
Papa,
won
what?
Papa Joint.
Papa join.
If you want me to explain it later, I'll do it. But yeah, And I won the rap category for 4 years in a row. Like it was something big.
Undefeated.
Like undefeated.
Hey.
Like there were
Nice.
guys before me that took it like also for 4 years in a row. And then Diane, it was their last.
You changed it.
I was like, I'm
Die
here.
telepathy
I'm
uitgesit
here.
right now.
On.
Yes. So I could feel, I could have a glimpse of what I said earlier about my life is gonna change because of my creativity and all that, and that's where it started.
But you were still working 9 to 5. At which point are you still doing 9 to 5 now, or
No,
at some point did you switch over to doing what you want to do full time?
What I wanted to, like when I started, as I said earlier, like 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, because I'm doing videography at weddings, I'm doing photography, I'm doing graphic design, I'm a barber as well because I used to have I worked full time in a barber for 8 years with another guy. and
Even
I
though you
opened my
ever
own
blessed.
salon.
Facts. That's just about
I am blessed.
Hallelujah.
It's part of me. So yeah, and so because I could do all these things about 10, 11 years ago, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go into this. And I even bought a meter taxi and it was working for me. I had a driver and all that. And then this was just before we moved here. So to answer your question, the 9 to 5 stopped around then. And whatever I did was to fund
your
what I
own
wanted
business,
to. Yes. And then when we came here, it was a bit different because we literally came and started over, me and my wife. So we had a heavy beginning. 2016, 17 was
Like everything
17,
dropped
18.
and you had to
I had
rebuild.
to rebuild because we sold the cars and so on. We just kept like money for the one car that we could use this side. And I told myself, I'm not going to come with the FS car here and change number plates. I want to buy another one here. So I bought another one this
Proper
side.
GP.
And, yeah, GP. I want GP. I'm from GP now. So yeah, it started like that. And so yeah, the 9 to 5 stopped then. So whatever I got after that, because I was always employed in the church, praise and worship, young people in media. So I would run those 3 departments and I would get a salary for them. So
In Randfontein?
In Randfontein, yes. So I worked at 2 churches so far. Where the third one where I am now, I'm still doing the media, still playing drums in the music team and all that. But then the thing is, I'm more focused now on the media. There are people that are doing all that. So I'm not fully employed by the church now, but previously.
But you're still assisting in that area,
I'm still
yeah.
assisting in that area. So now what happens is I'm getting my dinges here and there, and I was doing sales up until 2 years ago. So that's where my official 9 to 5 stopped. And now for the past 2 years, I started the podcast, online morning show, and I told myself.
What's
I
your
wanna
online
take
morning
it
show
to
called?
The Regen Show. It's short for regeneration.
Okay.
So the Regen Show with myself. So it's a breakfast show because the organization that I started is Regen Nation. So it's like regeneration, but I added nation instead of regeneration nation. I just played around with it, so it sounds like regen.
So it rolls off
nation.
the tongue easier, yeah.
Yes, but so we call ourselves the Regen Nation. Everybody that's part of it or that's followers and all that. Yeah. So that's where we are.
Just let's check the comments before we get into the next part because your time went quick now,
Yeah,
bro.
I know it did.
How do we get to this quickly? Okay.
Nah, time flies when you're having fun in the studio, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
That was very quick.
But yeah, we want to say thank you to all the viewers online. And we have Elton Biggie Bake saying, "Morning, gents. Pastor Brian is in the house. So proud of you. Blessings to you as God opens up doors for you."
Sure.
Then we have Jeremy saying, "Beautiful show, gentlemen."
Nah, thank you.
Come on, now thank you so much once again for all of those tuning in. But bro, let's segue into the movie now, bro.
Ah, Boetie.
Yeah, bro. Let's segue into that, bro. But
Wait, how does Boetie? I don't know, Jay.
Nah, I think
complete your thought, bro.
No. I was just about to say let's get into the
How does
trailer
Boetie
and
start?
then
'Cause
when you first wanna.
No, because when Brian came, we were just touching base here, up and down, and then he was just mentioning that there was a bunch of short kind of online stuff that you were doing, and eventually you were like, nah, man, this can be a more longer form.
So can I give you a background story of Boetie self?
Give it to us.
So Boetie, because I, as I mentioned earlier,
Sorry, before you continue, we're gonna show you a trailer. So guys,
Yeah.
don't go anywhere. We're gonna show you the trailer in a
Yes,
second,
yes,
right?
please.
But take us into it
And
so
even
that
if
when
you
they
have
see
a
the
clip-
trailer,
even if you have a clip of Boetie as well, so people can see
Yeah.
the mindset of Boetie.
Yeah.
The 1 minute clip that I sent.
No, we
I'll
have
put
all
it
three.
Clay,
All
there's
of them,
everything
bro.
there. Yeah.
All right. So now Boetie, because I started realizing that I love drama as well. Not the drama queen drama, but drama as in like you guys, stage plays
Like
and stuff.
production stuff,
Yes, production. It started in the early 2000s where I started working with young people because when me and my wife met, we met while working with young people, and we organized like a yearly thing, an annual thing, especially in the month of June, where we would have like a week service, and we would services would work with all churches and all that. So now in that time, there was always an opportunity to now create something for the young people. So and I thought of everything like I'm already okay with rap, and we have this vibe and all that. But then to bring the message over, I don't want the traditional teachings from pulpits. Let's start going into acting and stage plays, and then you can involve most of them as well, and it's different. You understand? And now I was looking for characters. Now it was inspired by the idea that Tyler Perry started with Medea, just a character that people don't think is very much important, but there's so much wisdom coming from this guy in that way. So the only idea that I got was a guy, as we always have, like those uncles in our communities that can paint. Like he's a painter or he's a construction worker, but he's always in the overall. And that was the idea. That was the main idea, and it started there. So I started introducing him in our stage plays and going on like that. And then at some point we stopped with it, and it wasn't. We were not busy with stage plays like that anymore. So the character Boetie was still there until the pandemic in 2020, when we were all in our homes and social media is here. I have unlimited internet at home. Boetie, okay, let me see how I can bring him in. And I literally started with the first episode was where Boetie comes out and he asks Brian, I heard the pastor mention something like this in church yesterday. Can you please explain it? But then towards the end of the clip, like a 1-minute clip, Boetie will always have something else to say. Like he's altijd in zijn eigen wereld. He's always in his own world and all that. So and I started like that, and I thought, okay, it's just going to be about scripture and all that because people know me as a pastor. They know my public and all that. But then at some point, I got other ideas, not necessarily Christian based message in the clip, but just a normal thing like you'd see other guys do on clips on TikTok and all that, where they just talk about we go and order something and then my chips is not okay, and then I somehow make a clip out of that. And it started like that, and it went viral like within a year during the pandemic, and it went on, and people was like for Boetie, man. Yeah, I was like for Boetie is nice, man. We like this. And then until somebody commented and said, I would like to see a movie about Boetie. And I was like, yo, a 1-minute clip is easy to do, but a movie is going to have to be like a comedy thingy, and you have to keep people on their toes.
And think about the scenes and stuff.
What is it? What is the storyline going to be about, and all that? And during just after the heavy lockdown, and I got retrenched from the last job, I tried to do like a sitcom of Boetie, like a 10-minute, 15-minute sitcom, and I even downloaded the laughs in the background, friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. And I started doing that, and I thought that will be now the thing. Before I do a movie, that's easy to do and all that. And I started shooting, and I have a few episodes as well that I already, not a few episodes, a few scenes that was supposed to be 1 episode or 2 episodes, and so on. And then because we went on like that, we mentioned earlier when we spoke off air about when you work with people, you don't pay them, and then this guy has to now go do something, and you can't give him the money that they give him maybe at his job or a gig that he has to attend, and now it stops production. So now, while preparing for this, we wanted to now release it on TikTok. That happened. And I was like, you know what? This thing is not going to work. So I released 1 episode, and just a normal conversation, work out something and all that. And then when the person commented and said, what about a movie? And then I stopped that, and I told myself, let me start writing on the movie. And then the movie, we already started shooting, but I only wrote like 35% of the movie. And we started shooting what I already wrote, and I didn't know where it's going. I was still like a month before the launch, which was last week, the 3rd of May, the launch of the movie. Up until a month before that, then I got like the peak or the climax or what you call it, the like how it, the whole story, how it comes together. I only got it then. You understand? So the background of Boetie, that's where it comes from, and that's where it is. So what I normally say is what Pastor Brian can't say on a video Boetie can say. So I'm getting away with stuff like that. But it's a character, fun character, a bit of wisdom here and there. But Boetie makes like a bit of a asperus, like he doesn't understand what you're saying, but he's always making somebody laugh and all that. It's always a situation. So now the movie is about where Brian's generator was stolen out of the yard, out of the house, and now Boetie says that he didn't steal it, he's not part of the whole thing. But then the thing is, Boetie is now staying with Brian.
So
he's
is
not
Brian
working.
and Boetie together in the same thing?
Yes.
And you playing both characters?
I'm playing both characters. Yeah, there's arguments between us. There's all that. I gave my attire for Boetie. He always has a hoodie with a winter cap, or what do you call it, a cappy, and then he always has his hoodie and all that because he's not working. So Brian is the one who's working. Brian has an NPO. Now in the movie, it's about the fraud that Brian is involved in with the NPO, but then he's angry at Boetie for the generator, and Boetie really didn't steal the generator. Now the movie starts where Brian comes from Durban from holidays, and he says, "You're not gonna come to my house until you bring the generator." And for the whole 3-4 days, next 3-4 days in the whole movie, that's where Boetie is now out there trying to find the generator, and that's the situation about the movie.
I think, Clyde, I think let's check the trailer out.
Yes, please.
So that the viewers at home can also see the trailer. And then when we come back from that, Clyde, you're just gonna have to count us in so that we know exactly what the setup is, because I'm not gonna know how to get us back out of it, Clyde. So you're gonna have to count us in as far as where that's going. But I'm ready when you are.
Wanneer sou ek nog gehoor het van Mazibuko?
Ek het gedink jy moet nog op vakansie. Toe wil ek nie nog plan nie.
Boetie, hoekom is dit droogbrod? Oma het pap en vlees gemaak. It's his choice, leave him.
Is jy besig met my brood? Die brood is nog fyn, kyk dat. Daar gaan niks aan. Hoe gaan ek jou glo as jy sê jy het nie die generator verkoop as jy dit doen? As jy seker jy het dit vir iemand geleen. Gaan asseblief met my hart bel, man, ek krag asseblief.
Waar moet hy nou die tyd van die nag slaap lê?
Hy is groot genoeg, hy sal regkom.
Ons nooi mense keer toe voordat ons hulle decide.
My oor.
Daar is jy oor nou reg.
Ek gaan nie deur toe maak met my mind. Kyk goed lekker so my roof.
Hoor die man. Hoe die dan ons geld gevat man.
Ek gaan vir jou en vir Sakkies hardklap.
Ek imagine net hoe jy klap.
Sakkies, sien jy die warme klap dat jy môre terug is.
Hoe gaan hy van moet klap?
Wat ek 'n generator. No. Jy kan Afrikaans praat man, jy's van hier.
Wat is Afrikaans?
You know how these people do these things. It's like the Me Too movement. Habaqala kawo. The rest is compromised.
Mr. B, jou koop hle. Velos tog eers.
En ons het 'n natuurlike urge as mense, né, om altyd beter en superieur te wees as ander. En die lewe, Boetie, gaan nie net altyd oor wie is reg en wie's verkeerd.
Alright, so guys, you just saw the trailer right there. Thoughts, Jay?
Yeah, bro. I just want to get everything. Talk us through again the whole generator thing, broski. In actual fact, bro, talk us through before we get there. Yeah. There's an interesting point that you made before the trailer.
Yeah.
You said that a month before the entire thing wasn't even fully written as yet.
Yes.
And there's a lot of pros and cons to that, but I also salute you because a lot of people first want to see the bigger picture before starting.
Yes.
But on your case, bro, in your case, you went for it, bro.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't have that pinnacle moment as yet. What were some of the challenges in those spaces, bro, and leading up to the end? Did it all come full circle as to say, nah, this is exactly what I was looking for, even in the midst of not being done while shooting?
The beautiful thing about it is it came together exactly as I pictured it, even if it was a month or a few weeks before the launch. I've come to realize over the past few years it can be a good thing, but it's sometimes a bad thing. I work well under pressure, like last minute, like I'm number 99 kind of person, especially when I know there's a lot of time left. And I'll leave something, and which is not always a good thing. But then I think because I had to create something, It wasn't something that I just had to edit and put together. That's already there. But this was like if I have to come up with something now, it needs to stick. It needs to be the thing, and it needs to work for the movie and all that. And the pressure of, even though it feels okay for me, how is it going to be for people when they watch it? The excitement that a local production with not much resources, with local actors, they're coming up with a movie. That's already the excitement in the community. But now, the thing is, when they watch it, gaan mense wegloop and they will say like, you guys, okay. And then that was the thing that worried me. The challenges that I had was I didn't have enough time to now work on the audio. Because remember, a month before that, because I needed at least 2 weeks before the launch to now just focus on and you guys know what I'm talking about. You focus on the audio, you mix and you master, you overdub where something is not properly recorded. And I didn't have those microphones that you put in here, the lapel mics and stuff.
Yeah.
I was only working with a H1 Zoom recorder, the portable one with the battery, as a boom mic. Yes, overhead. And some scenes where I zoom into your face, I would put it here to make it like big, thicker and all that, depending on what kind of conversation you have and all that. But with the jokey scenes, it was fine. It was just because people were laughing throughout those scenes, so there was they couldn't.
Bro, sorry, bro. A lot of people don't understand that process, bro. Sometimes we don't necessarily have the most expensive equipment or just budget on that level where you have to do stuff like that, bro. Like, I know where we're stacking pillows, bro, and the mic stand is broken. You're stacking pillows too.
Yes, I would sit like a scene where the character Brian would now sit. I'm using my name because now the clips got famous with Brian and Boetie, so I'm using a real name.
So you had to continue with
I had to
with the
continue,
name,
I can't change the name now. So now I would sit maybe with a scene where I'm busy with the laptop, and depending on where the camera is, I would put the microphone on the laptop because it's hidden. Stuff like that, you understand? I would stick it next to a Kellogg's box, for example, because I'm standing there and now it's facing
as long as it's out of the shot.
As long as it's out of the shot and it's recording, you understand? So yeah, that's what you're saying. It's true what you're saying. And if I had to wait, because I know, I kind of understand the quality that you need to put something out in and all that. And even the one that I sent you now was on a WhatsApp. It was a smaller version of what I was supposed to send actually, based on the quality. But then the thing is, if I had to wait for better days and a better quality of equipment and all that, it wasn't going to happen. I started my YouTube conversations, my YouTube interviews in 2018, I started my first episode like that. I had one DSLR and another one was those, I call them Durban cameras. You know, those that open like this, those video cameras. And people just use their, like, no, don't do business with that camera. That camera is not on that level.
That camera is not meant for that.
Yes. Go to Durban with it, shoot some clips there by the ocean, but don't do it. Yeah, that's how.
Don't use it for professional.
No. So I had that one that was just laying there. It was one of my first cameras that I bought. The second camera after the cassette one. You remember the Sony cassette one? And then what happened was, I always told myself, no, I want to start this conversation before I went over to the podcasting. I want to start this thing, but I don't have enough cameras. I need 3 cameras. A wide shot, a close up, like this and like this. We all know how it works. And then I was like postponing. And then one day I decided, you know what? My first guest, I told him, come. I put it up. So the main one, the better quality one was on the guest because he speaks more. And then that one was just a wide shot. The Durban camera was just a wide shot. And I started. And then people inboxed me. I also want to talk about my story. And then I had to continue with it. Until one day, Leo de Santos came. When he came for his interview. And he came and was like, my bro, wat gebruik? I didn't know you're using this. And that's where I realized if I was going to wait, it was gonna
you weren't going to get that.
Yes.
You weren't going to get that.
Yes.
You want to jump in?
And to also give an idea of where the challenges and stuff based on your question, this is the third project that I could finally finish. The other 2 I couldn't. I was supposed to release a movie in 2020 where I played Gavin, and it was also, but a bit of a serious one. And after that, I wanted to release another because I already have a 9-episode YouTube series, a drama series called Regeneration, the drama series, where it's about 10 to 11 minutes per episode, and it's like your normal soapy type of drama thing that I put together. So we shot every week for the release on Friday, like every week. It wasn't recorded, and then we finished it, and then we released it Fridays. No, I was under pressure. Like every week, I would start from Sunday to Thursday, and then I would release it on Friday. But it was like a 11-minute thingy. So now, to just give you an idea of the challenges that I have, whereby I feel like, okay, if it's not equipment, and then it's the actor that's not available. And the one that I was supposed to release, where I played Gavin, one of the main characters got a job in Dubai, one of the females, and stuff like that. So those are the challenges that I've been. But with this one, I was like, nothing's going to stop me. I put myself a deadline. The 3rd of May will be the final date of the launch. And to tell you the truth, I don't know if I should say it on here, I played it from the editing program on the night of the launch.
Now we've had moments like that, bro. We had moments like that where it's like, hey, bro, we here now, bro. We play straight from Final Cut.
There's no time to render and export.
No time to render and export, bro. Just play.
No time.
The people are already here, and so we did. You were here for the launch of Rikwa's movie as well.
Yes.
And we were doing trial runs during the week on the big screen because by that point already tickets have been sold already. A bunch of things have been happening. So we're doing trial runs during the week. Okay, how are we gonna set it up? Are we gonna do one screen in the middle? Are we gonna do 2 separate screens? Are we going to do one screen and have like the background faded out? We were thinking, how are we going to play this? Because the resolution of the screen is like this. And the movie is obviously 16 by 9.
The night with the launch, somebody asked, is it just going to play here? Aren't you going to? I was like, no, it won't do that.
Imagine that. Then you're going to cut off the whole head and the whole bottom part of the shot. You can't, So we were busy playing with those ideas. And then the same thing, we were like, hey, bro, how's this going to work? And then we also had a plan B. Because I'll tell you this, right, that nobody knows. The computer that we use to play onto that screen is like an old iMac, right? And that is like an 06 iMac, right? And so what that thing does, halfway through while you playing, bro, I think just decides it's not gonna play anymore.
Bro, you must press play, bro, and hold mixes
you
throughout
must
the whole
press
movie.
play and hold the whole time. Didn't only freeze.
Lord Jesus.
So I had, so we had my laptop there plugged in with like a plan B. Like as you don't know so Mac, I'm gonna go and say chup chup and switch. So those are the kind of things, you know what I'm saying? That you have to kind of have, but we knew that going in, like, okay, let's have everything here on standby. In the event that this happens, then we can just switch over here. Because imagine, bro, people bought tickets, people came out, people were there, everything. No freezy movie.
Do we still have time? I just want to share what happened on the night of the launch.
Go for it.
Yo, remember I was with the last scene while editing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm busy. I'm like, okay, there's a few scenes that I'm not gonna need. It's fine. I can work around the ones that I shot now because most of the scenes that I needed were ones that will like go over to the other one, like to make sense of that scene now, to explain a little bit of it. So, and then the Friday morning while editing, and I wanted to wake up earlier, but I couldn't. I was tired because of couldn't sleep for 2 weeks, and I only woke up at 6, and my wife left for work, and I went and I sat in front of my laptop, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start now. And while starting and go, I need something. Around 8 o'clock, I took my camera and I went out. I called the guys. Guys, kom ons gaan doen goed die ene.
Well, when the
Friday morning,
it's the Friday evening.
Yes.
Yo, that's cutting it close. That's cutting it close.
And it wasn't that bad, but it's like I want it.
Jay
like
will
it's
never
my
be able
work.
to do that.
My work.
I can do that, but you won't, bro. You'll be like, nah, bro. It is what it is. Whatever plays now must play.
Yeah. People are already hyped, like everything, like and the poster says 6 o'clock. I know it's gonna start 6:45, the movie. I had a pre-show. I had people lined up, rappers and a dancer. Somebody played acoustic guitar and all that. So I knew what's happening.
You
but
knew,
people,
okay, you have about an hour there to play, yeah.
I knew that, but the MC was my pastor, unfortunately, and he put me under pressure. He was like, Brian, what's happening? Guys, around 5 o'clock. I was still not done. I was like 80%, because I had to now put. Luckily, I edited every scene. Like we shoot a scene today, I edited it. Klar,
so you know it's done.
It's done. Like everything, the sound effects and everything. The only thing I had to do was now join them and the aerial view of the city or the area where you now imagine they're sitting in this house or the stuff like that. Then transition scenes,
like establishing
like B-rolls and stuff. Yes.
And lucky enough, bro, with the launch you just played and you don't release it as yet.
No.
So like sometimes
you go back and
let this fly for now. It's
are the things that wasn't in my mind. And I was like sitting there, and I was around 6 o'clock. my pastor calls me. People already packed the building like out like to capacity and even more. 5:30 already.
So die mense wag.
Ek sit daar 80% like with the movie. I'm struggling to get it together
En
and
die mense is al excited. Hulle wil movie kyk.
because the movie starts at 6 according to the poster. That's the situation I'm in now.
But then at least those people buy you some time.
I went and he said, just come and show your face. And I was like, I'm going to waste another 45 minutes. Can I just do what I need to do and someone come klar? And he was like, no, please come and show your face. And I went and I did some praise and worship because I already had my band ready and all that. I did some praise and worship and I spoke to the key
Meantime,
people.
you're in your mind, you're thinking,
Stressing.
Can't even worship
I'm
like
jumping. I'm jumping. I'm singing. I'm doing my thing, but I'm stressing. Here, please help. Please help. Because the other situation is if I go back and I open it, it might just freeze and show error. And I have
What
to go
program are
back
you
and-
using?
Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas.
Sony Vegas.
Oh, but
Yes.
what laptop are you using?
HP standard, a standard HP.
But i7 at least.
i7, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
at least.
So it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't
yeah.
too bad, and and I went, and then immediately after getting off stage, about 30 minutes later, around 7:00, I called up the first performer, and I went to the MC. I said, Pastor, die mense gaan perform en alles. And he was like, no, I need you back in 10 minutes. Don't think these people are now going to do 45 minutes. And then, Pastor, just give me that as a belief. Hey, bro, I went. So the last scene, for those that watched it already, the last scene, the situation was I now had to go look for the audio that's separate to the video. I had to now go look for it, and I didn't know where I copied it to, which folder.
Yeah, because now your mind is all over the place also. Die mense wag so jy kan. Maar jy die laptop saamgevat.
That's how I played it. I played it from the
Through the
laptop.
laptop,
may
bro.
say you played
Through the
it
laptop.
on
My
the
God.
7:45. People are waiting. Luckily, there was like the queue was too long with the popcorn and with the
So it at
snacks
least
and all
bought you
that.
time, yeah.
It bought me some time, but people wanted to leave, and then I came 8:45. I arrived at church. Like I parked like everybody was looking for me. I didn't answer my phone. I had like 108 missed calls and
'Cause you need
messages.
to finish, yeah.
I need to finish, and I know they're gonna just stress me more and all that. But they will come. Everybody was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Don't. This has to. That was kan die mense se geld teruggeef. You don't have to do this if you're not okay." I'm like, "No, I'm here. I'm here, don't stress." But I gave them a lot of stress. So when I arrived at church, the cars are parked outside and all that. I just got out of the car. I told somebody, please park the car. I ran with my laptop in the backpack and I came in. And when I came in, I was like, Boetie. And I was like, okay, now it's better than boo. Where are you? Where have you been? And, you know, leaving out the T.
You first thought when you said
It's Boetie.
And then I got to deal a little bit with that. So it's about 8:05 now. And it's fine. I'm already late. They're here. They're happy to see me. They see me taking out laptop and all that. And now I'm going to the program. Now the program takes a while to open. It's
Now that's
loading
what's so-
all the files. We only started at 8:30.
Sure.
And I thought that was going to be the topic after that. The people were so impressed by the movie.
movie, at
that
least, bro.
like I would approach people after that and say, hey, but we started late and all that. No, I didn't even know you, because especially people that weren't there.
Yeah.
They heard about the movie more than the late starting and all
Coming in,
that.
yeah.
Yes. They heard, and then they'll be like, no, the person who told me didn't even tell me that you guys were late and stuff like that. And that's
they were
why-
just talking about a movie.
just
Yo,
the movie. Up until now, still the movie.
But-
And the second screening is in the same area. It's just now going to be in the community.
But you took a lesson out of that.
No, definitely.
Not to leave a thing for last minute.
No,
Come out, stellar cast. Okay, guys.
Guys are
The
always
last
out-
scene, we need to
out-
act out live on stage.
Guys, I last seen het het klaar gebeurd. Moet kom ek hier op stage.
So I played the
we're
camera
not too
audio.
bad.
I played the camera audio, and then
For the last scene.
I was sitting close to the mixer, and I pushed it up a little bit, and I played with the
smart.
guy with
Facts,
the
bro.
bass, with
Yeah,
the
smart, bro,
graphics,
yeah.
and I was like, okay,
Just so it
yeah.
gives you at least that.
Yes, the only thing I couldn't take out was the huss and the, what you call it?
Yeah,
The
the, like,
you know, the room
just
sound
that-
of the
yeah,
camera.
the
But
white
at
noise
least,
and
But did you
stuff.
edit now after?
yes, like it's good. There's even we were supposed to even do a music video of the theme song. So with the credits, you'll see us dancing, the main characters dancing, this comedic type of thingy that we do, and then the credits go up. That's how it was supposed to end. It was even supposed to end in a way where now Brian goes to jail. And then after coming out of jail, there's another scene that I was supposed to add. So now the way I'm promoting it now, it's the extended version of Boetie. Those that were there were like, okay, we want to see how it really
ended,
was
yeah.
supposed to end and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what happened. That
Jay, we got a bunch of comments there, bro.
is it.
Just
Yeah, no, we have Nicolette saying, good morning to all the gentlemen in the house. Boetie is a must-see. So proud of you and the cast of Boetie, Pastor Brian.
Sure.
This is your year of open doors.
amen.
Come on.
And then we have Fat Kid Music saying, congrats, Pastor Brian. Very
Oh,
inspiring.
Thank you, Pastor Jason.
Nice. Yo,
Sure.
bruh.
Bro, was there ever a moment throughout the entire process where you wanted to call it quits, bro? Speaking of Riqua, I know there was that one scene where he said they shot the entire day.
Yeah.
And I think when he got back to post-production, there was something wrong with the sound, and now he's at a crossroad thinking, hey, do I go on with this or do I get everyone back? And this is a whole day, 24-hour, whole entire
Yeah.
day.
And they
bro.
blocked
You have
off the
to-
street.
Blocked off.
Yeah.
And
on
the
that
metro
spec-
was
on that
there,
specific
and
day.
they paid already
Yes.
for the audio and
Yes.
everything. Yeah.
That
Yes.
whole day, bro.
Yeah.
It just went south. Plus, you have those authentic moments that you can't recreate
Yeah.
when it comes to acting, bro. Was there ever that moment for you during this process? Like, hey,
Yeah, there were those moments. The thing that kept me was I always think about, even like as a creator, and when I put something together, whether it's a song or something, I always tell myself, people don't know what I wanted it to be like. And that's what kept me, at least, and I could work around some stuff whereby, okay, and it's fine, as much as I want it to make sense, and as much as the fact that if it's gonna go out, it's gonna like be connected to what I can do, because I even asked the people after the movie, can I make my movies, man? Can I go out and make movies? And they were like, aye, by all means. So those were the things that at least kept me in a way. But then I really felt like, can we postpone? I want to do it right. Can we do this? Can we do that? So many people didn't even know about the hiccups, like the audios. There's one scene where this young lady it's like Brian's wife. She plays Brian's wife's character. And then when we were recording, when we were doing the thing, we never pressed record on the recorder. Her audio was gone. It's only Boetie's audio, because I shoot a conversation separately. You do your lines with your reactions and everything. He does his lines, and then I'll just slice it, as if it's two cameras. And then Boetie's audio is perfect, and her audio goes back to the camera audio, and it comes back and it goes back and all that. So a week before the movie, I called her in to do some overdubbing there at that part, because it was like 5 lines or so. And then we came, and then we recorded. Everything is fine. She left the house, and I uploaded the audio, and I saw the audio is like 30 minutes. I was like, no, man, we only recorded like 10 minutes. The recorder was on before we recorded, and when I pressed the recording button to now, and I put it off, thinking I'm recording.
you put it off, bro.
She left. I like, it was 2 days before the event. Those were the things that happened, and I could easily just say,
Leave once.
come on, close. Let me just leave everything. And then at least I was like, no, man, it's fine. Then the counseling thingy, about that I taught myself over the years. When we create something, don't stress, don't because people don't really know what
They don't know what
happened
happened behind the scenes,
so that's the reason why I was at least focused until the end.
Fabian is asking, good morning, gentlemen. Where can one watch the movie? And also,
You
we would like to inquire about
the movie.
the hustle also. So yeah, tell us about it.
We are now, because because the reason why I went full force with the movie now was I always told myself I want to, when I release something now, I've been working for YouTube. I don't have I don't have enough following to now get paid. You understand?
Monetize your channel.
Yes. So I thought to myself, what other ways are there? And then when you now do like a cheaper type of pay-per-view thingy or Netflix thingy, on these guys are so dangerous out here. They will program it and take it and steal it, and then I will lose a lot of money that I thought I was gonna make and all that. And then when I attended the hustle and I heard they were gonna tour, they're not gonna release it, I was like, there you go. And ever since the launch of the hustle, when I went back, I was like, that's how we're going to do it. And that's how we're basically doing it. The second screening is now on the 7th of June for those that are close to the West End, if you want to come out. Otherwise, because we want to work through school, through the drama team of the school to get to the community. So we are planning that now. We have some schools listed in Gauteng that we want to do to generate some funds so we can go further than Gauteng after this. So maybe towards the end of the year, because we already have an idea for Boetie 2 that we want to release in December. maybe the same way 5 minutes before the launch. But we already in the process.
How much is the tickets for the guys to come and watch?
We started with 50 rand and then 30 rand children, and because it was a launch, we wanted to now just invite everyone to come watch it. So now it's going to be 60 rand by a ticket, but then 80 rand by the door. So we're still trying to keep it as affordable as possible.
But at the same time, you don't want to also be losing out also,
that's
because
the thing, yeah. So you can only see it if you follow us and you see. That's why the main poster says coming to a city near you. For now, maybe it will be uploaded next year as a bietjie geld gemaak het, but we'll see.
Did you have any regrets playing both roles in the the movie?
Never. I think the short clips of Brian and Boetie prepared me.
Okay.
So people they couldn't understand because of the way I'm doing it, and I heard from people, and I was worried about that as well. I heard from people saying I can see Boetie is different from Brian. And that was a nice thing.
Yeah.
And in terms of directing from that, was it a bit tough because now you have to Boetie, now you must come back and see. Okay, I'm
did you
happy
have
with this
scenes where
shot.
both in the same shot?
In the same shot, I would do that. There's in the movie I don't have at the moment, but there's a short clip that I did before this where we are on a round table and Boetie sits down and I'm looking at him and he sits, the eye contact and all that. And it was also tricky.
But how did you edit it in?
Like I just put the scenes together. I just cut the one, I cropped it, and I put it in, and I faded the edges out.
Yeah.
And then now
Probably put it on a tripod, bro. The exact.
I put it the
frame,
Yeah, it
tripod.
must be the exact,
yeah. And then you there,
And
then just
Basically join.
Yes. And I tried something different because I wanted to tell Boetie. Brian was supposed to tell Boetie, you must be your hair snake. You must cut your hair. So now, obviously, I have a bless now the hair on this side. So I had to shoot Boetie's part with the hair and make sure I don't make any mistake in the conversation, my dialogue with Brian. And then I would go and I cut Brian's hair, bless, like clean. And then when he tells him, "Snake biki you are," I had to make sure that everything is okay. So that one was nogal nice. And that's how I tested all the ability of doing all this and all that. But I never had a regret where I was supposed to change this and change that. Now there's just something. I don't know if it's a spiritual thing. That's just when I do Brian, like I'm myself. Like people say Brian is too serious, and when Boetie comes, there's always something different. I don't know if it's in the hoodie. I don't know what it is.
Just you shift your mind to be funny,
Yeah. True.
Cliff, bro.
We have Cliff Marshall saying, "Good morning, team. Congratulations on your exceptional dedication and hard work in bringing your movie to life.
Sure.
Your commitment has truly paid off, and I'm excited to see the incredible results of your labor."
Thank you so. Thank you so much.
Nice. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, man, for all the positive comments, all the positive input in the comment section. I would suggest you where can everyone follow you, just so that we can keep up with when the next screening is and how we're gonna play it.
Yes. So we have our biggest platform at the moment is Regen Nation. Regen Nation, two
Is that on
words.
IG?
On Facebook. On Facebook. And on IG it's Brian _Regen Nation. BRIAN _Regen Nation. That's on IG. On Facebook, that's the one. And then my personal one is Brian R. Barnes. So I cross share or something. And so we have a page. It's not effective at the moment. Brian and Boetie. So just search Brian and Boetie. Something will come up, but you'll see something shared from the other page to that one. That's where people can find me. And if people want us to come, if like an organization or a church or something, a soccer team can organize a movie night for the community, and then we can come and play Boetie, and we'll arrange how we do the proceeds and all that. So that's how we want to do it. So anybody's welcome to inbox me, WhatsApp me, and so on, and then we'll take it from there.
Where you looking to upload, bro, in the future? Are you looking at?
I was hoping to by then be able to have paid like a subscription fee for a pay-per-view type of thing.
Okay.
And I saw I think I should also speak to you guys and tell me how we can do it, how to make it private, and for people to only be able to watch it via email. Then you get a password that expires and stuff like that. So I'm still working on that. So by next year, maybe it will be something like that, where it will be cheaper to now watch it, maybe 30 rand. Then you can still watch it. I still want to make something of it. I don't want to go and upload it on YouTube soon. You understand?
And then it's gone.
and then it's
And
gone.
someone can also
Like,
just download it
yeah,
and share it and
definitely.
stuff like that.
Definitely.
Guys, also another thing is when it comes to creating movies like this and create even music, even anything that we do, we've been also doing this for a long time, and we know what it's like when you put in so much effort and behind the scenes. You just heard all the back and forth that it goes into even bringing forth something like this. Please also show support. Show support nicely, go and buy the thing. 50 rand really. If you go into the movies, the other day they were complaining on the radio about steak in a new metro. You end up spending 400 rand. Just the popcorns is some 180 rand. The slush is now some 100 rand. It's like, since when is slush 100 rand now? You end up spending like 400 bucks on just a night out. Now we coming, we're doing something local. We're doing something that you also gonna connect with because it's on this level of like, it's our thing, man. And now we're still trying to make it affordable for everyone. So I think that the best thing that we can do on the other side of the table is to say, let's just support this thing. Let's just be there. Let's just show up. Let's make a thing lekker. Because at the end of the day, that's how he's putting in the effort. He's putting in the time. Let's show this effort. The Fast and Furious comes or these popular movies come. And says, movies is full as lekker. And screw you that, but tell you 180 for your ticket. So then now, when it comes to situations like us, let's not now come with stories and vavat. You see that the struggle is, the equipment is limited, the money is limited. You must record one camera, go run there, change the shot, change the angle. It's not long to sit and edit. There's a lot that goes into making these things a reality. So I think it makes sense for us, as I said, on the other side of the table, just to come in and say, you know what, let's just support. And at the end of the day, if someone like Brian is leaving his 9 to 5 to put his whole effort into this, the least we can do is be their support. We so easily support these like Americans and rappers and stuff like this. We buy the album, we register for Netflix and all these platforms. But then when it comes to our Owens, then we want to bootleg the thing, download the thing, hand it out here amongst ourselves. It's not lekker. So let's at least just do that. Show support towards one.
I think Jimmy the one says it best. He says that beer money that you were going to use, spend it rather wisely on this movie.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, but it's true, guys.
Yeah,
let's rather support ourselves because now the thing is that we're wondering why we're not getting there. Because I know that struggle, bro. I know, like Jay was saying, putting the mic stand into a thing because the stand is broken. Having to use with one camera, go change the angle. It's difficult. And then oftentimes you support the ones that have the budget. That can spend $500,000 rand or $1 million rand on equipment.
Overhead with the sock over here.
Yeah, you set the toes of it.
Yes, all that struggle. And my wife is always complaining. Boetie is using my house, all the props in my house and all that. I'm like, my wife, it's one day, don't worry. One day.
It'll pay off.
But again, guys, thank you so much. Closing remarks, gentlemen.
Bro, I first one. I know I'm asking this at the end of the show. What's the ultimate message you want to bring across in this movie when someone watches it? Like, wow, I see that.
Okay, and because I also had to put something together quickly so we can start with this thing and just go from here. I took something that when we were still in load shedding, so it's the generator, as well as some kind of corruption happening, you understand? So it's not that much of the focus in the movie. I'm not having like a lot of lines with about load shedding, about that and all that. It's just a relationship between two brothers, Brian and Boetie, and just to show you that the one brother is going through his own stuff. And then the other one, like Boetie, for example, the background story of Boetie, according to how I created him, was he's divorced. He used to have a nice life in the family of him, Brian and Boetie. Boetie was the first one to leave the country, to fly, to buy a car, to get married and all that. So now at the stage where people know Boetie now, he comes from that life. He used to have that life, and now he has this in the struggle. So he's trying to forget all this he doesn't want to go back or to have the responsibility of paying rent and stuff like that because it will take him back. So now he lives with Brian, but he gives Brian so much stress, while Brian has his own stress of corruption through an MPO where he was also trapped into something and all that. So that's why towards the end of the movie that the arrest happens with Brian and all that. But the main thing is, the story behind it is using the generator and all that was now relevant in this time, is the connection between the two brothers and how different we can be, and how people from the outside can easily judge and say, Boetie moet ophou, he must go and look for a job. And then Brian, who has everything, is also going through something. And I'm not saying it always happens, but in most cases, in my experience with friends that I have and people in our communities, that's basically it. That we don't just judge people. That's why you saw a line there with a guy with the afro where he said, we don't take the time. The message basically is that we don't take the time to learn somebody or to learn about somebody because we easily judge because we don't have the time to sit and make time and learn how the person is and who the person is and all that because it takes a lot of time. You need to continue with your life. You're building your career. You're doing ministry. You're doing that. You're busy with that and all that. So now you need people. That's why we easily become friends with people that looks like they immediately accept you for who you are, and it looks like we are on the same level. You can give me what I need, and I can give you, and it's easier like that. And so the main story behind it is make time for the person that looks like Boetie, that looks like Vukis, that looks like Pablo, the characters that I created. Villa in the wheelchair, he's like he doesn't have arms, he doesn't have proper legs and all that. He's born like that. All that, the wisdom that can come from people like that, the moment you spend time with them, instead of trying to give attention or more energy to somebody who's driving a big car. And I know it sounds cliche, sounds corny, it's always a topic and all that, but it's reality. Like our focus in this one is, guys, even if you saw another one, like Will Smith's daughter asked him, do you really need another slave movie? And he said, no, this is a freedom movie. You understand when he explained the emancipation, the movie. So I think that's my approach in this one as well.
Maybe just a shout out to your team, bro. I know when you
my people,
busy with this, bro, that's a huge
Yes.
team behind it.
I was laughing on one of the last scenes where I tell them what to do, and I tell them, take this one, strangle this one is gonna jump, because now there's a part where they're taking Villa's wheelchair. Villa is a gang name for the wheelchair guy. When they
That's
take his
really how it
wheelchair-
is in a castle. Copper, Villa.
Yes,
No more
yes.
random namen wat hulle die ooit gee.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a time we take this. So now we only have a wheelbarrow now to transport him. Now to go get the generator and the wheelchair, because the same guy who took it from us took the generator and the wheelchair on our way back from taking it from another guy who stole it. So this is the thing here that happens. And now what happens is I was laughing, coming back to what you're asking me. One of the ladies, Geraldine, who's now bigger in stature and all that, she said, I want to watch this movie because I don't know what's happening here. How is this story going to unfold and all that? I was laughing and I was looking at them because all of them were like clueless. And they couldn't even watch the movie before we launched it. Like they were sitting there, all of them were saying, like, we were cringing, like, oh, Brian did something right here because it's my image is there and I hope the scene, stuff like that. And because I was using one camera, they didn't understand. Like I would say, let's do this, you're going to do your lines, and we go from this angle, stay in character, but you're not in the frame. And then we continue, we do our thing, and like, okay, it's now your chance. The camera's on you. Do the same thing that you were doing. Like it was like over and over. They were like, oh, I'm tired and all that. So I just really want to give a shout out to my brothers and my sisters that were there. We used their cars, the time and even, taking time off work at some point, some of them. Thank you so much, guys. Let me just see. It's Geraldine, it's Delmaine, Leonardo. Leonardo's the one, his job, his work schedule is hectic because he does night shift and day shift sometimes and all that. And Villa is always available. But shout out to the guys. Villa is actually DMK on social media. He's a producer. He produced the theme song. He does music. He has his own stuff out as well. So he's doing well, and he's also motivating in schools and all that. So I've been working with him for the past few years now. So yeah, thank you guys, and all the extras, everyone that was part of the whole thing. They didn't expect my wife to appear because my wife plays a character that falls in love with Boetie. So now, but the scene, the way I introduce her is something else. So I want to give a shout out to my wife as well for, the sacrifice and always making sure that I'm okay, because she was the one that will always, before she goes to work, I'm going to pray for you today that you will get things done and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll see, by the gate kissing each other. Then she goes and I go inside and I'm like, okay, what's going to happen today? So shout out to you, my wife. Thank you so much. My children. My son plays the 11-year-old Brian and Boetie. So he also has like two characters that he plays. There's a 1993 part, I think you saw it, where it goes back a little bit. So that connects to the story, the droe brood. Boetie likes dry bread. So the character
Shows
about
where it came from.
where it comes from and all that. So now shout out to him as well. Is it mine? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if the guy calls me because we are on air, because he never calls me. I'm not sure. He might just say, "Hey, me bro, was my geld." So shout out to everyone. And if I left your name out, guys, like we still have a few launches. I'll say thank you. But everyone that was involved, thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Let's go. Let's work. Now the work
Perfect.
is starting.
Closing there from you, bro.
Yes.
Nah, perfect. From my side, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Awesome.
Looking forward to the next launch date
Yeah.
and to be there to actually watch this film and see what unfolds with Boetie and his brother. And thank you so much for inspiring people out there. Doesn't matter what equipment you have, what's in the storeroom, take it out, make it work, and get things going. So I think it's an inspiration to many out there. So thank you once again for joining us, and all the best moving forward. Nothing but the best, bigger things from here, and looking forward to Boetie 2.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Gebruik jou dubbel camera. As any camera as you gebruik jou dubbel camera.
I'm gonna use it. Like I saw now. So thank you so much, guys. The Morning Shake people, please check these guys out. Alles lekker. They talk about football, relationships, and everything. And thank you so much for what you do, guys. Subscribe to the Inside Show on YouTube. Yeah, the Insights Show. I always left the S out until I made the poster recently. And I thought, there's a S, the Insights. Okay. So please don't make the mistake by searching something else. Please check them out. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
My brother, thank you for coming. See you guys on the next one. Love you. Goodbye. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.